people of Greenland. But we need it really for international world security. And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it.
One way or the other, whether they like it or not. Blue land. Blue. The State of the Union had the makings of Hook speaking to a ship full of pirates. It was like an oil baron giving a quarterly report to the really rottens from Hanna-Barbera's Laugh Olympics. J.D. Vance is Creeply, and Pete Hegseth is Dirty Dalton. Of all the highlights of Trump talking about mice, Central America, African countries he's never heard of, it's all a giant distraction from two major things happening right now. One, that's the state of Nebraska looking at potential bankruptcy as an entire state. You see, when the avian flu breaks out, the U.S. Department of Agriculture is now understaffed and underfunded, so there's no one to regulate large animal confinement operations on farms in Nebraska. Ah, yes, but the biggest part of Nebraska looking at bankruptcy is because of a third of its workforce leaving due to mass deportation of immigrants. Nebraska might need immigrants, but it also voted overwhelmingly for President Trump, who has threatened to carry out mass deportations of people living in the U.S. illegally. No shit. You got what you voted for, girl. And when over 1/3 of your labor takes a mass forced exodus, your state goes bankrupt. That's how this works. And number two, this. God bless America. Thank you. That is Senator Roger Marshall getting the out of a town hall early that he hoped nobody would show up to because he didn't want the smoke about answering questions about Doge because...
There definitely seemed to be a lot of veterans there, and even more people who were concerned about veterans, and particularly in the context of the firings of massive numbers of federal workers, a lot of whom are veterans.
And when this senator was held to task about veterans losing their jobs, he said...
You know, this is one of the rudest audiences I've ever had.
But the sleight of hand is mice in African countries, huh? Meanwhile...
I support the veterans. But what you're doing right now, what the government is doing right now, as far as cutting out those jobs, a huge percentage of those people, and I know you care about the veterans, are veterans.
Yes.
And that is a damn shame.
And you know what I'm waiting for now? I'm just waiting for the remix from Luke Combs. Be careful what you vote for, because you just might get fired before your state goes bankrupt. I condensed the title of that song, but it goes something like that.